Hello, whiskey lovers. Okay, so it's now the third week of February. We're going away in a couple of days on a much overdue holiday. I have not had leave in over 2 years. I am looking forward to having my feet up for a bit. Unfortunately, it came at a bad time because we found out we have to now leave this place so they can do some serious renovations to it. So when we come back, we're in the process of moving. We don't know where we're moving to. Rental market's very tight. We do have a plan B, and I would like to thank all our friends who have made these various offers for couch surfing. But yeah, we're seriously looking at our plan B. Things are falling into place for that. So hopefully it'll do for now, and then hopefully in a few months we'll be in a much better position. But I hope to continue making these videos because I've really enjoyed them and found them very therapeutic. Now, of course, we're going away. I decided not to purchase any more whiskey this week. Because it didn't seem fair to open it and just to move. As it is, I'm taking a few of my bottles anyway, and because I'm going to have to probably carry them upright. So we'll see what happens. I will hopefully do some videos while we're away. I'm hoping to take the computer if I can fit into the car. Yeah. So I was a bit of a mind as to what we're going to talk about this week. I thought about doing some interesting facts. I did consider briefly maybe a cocktail, but no point in buying the ingredients for going away. I'll just have to toss most of them out. So Mel then went and got this wild turkey, extra aged in a vanilla oak spice cola. And well, wild turkey's a bourbon. Bourbon's technically a whiskey. It's not a malted whiskey, which is my general preference, but it will do. And yes, I know I don't normally like them mixed, but that's for my single malts. It's for my expensive top shelf single malts. Cheap bourbon, cheap blended whiskey, I have no problems with it being a mixer. So I thought, you know what, we'll give this a go. Right, so wild turkey. So in 1891, Thomas Ripley built the Old Hickory Distillery in Tyrone, Kentucky. And it was at the former site of the Old Moor Distillery. It was then shut down during Prohibition. About after Prohibition, the family opened it up and began to produce bourbon. And then they sold this bourbon to various wholesalers who bottled the bourbon under their own brands. Austin Nichols was one of these wholesalers. So the brand name itself is said to have arisen after Austin Nichols' executive Thomas McCarthy took some warehouse samples on a wild turkey hunting trip in 1940. And the bourbon proved so popular among his friends they continued to ask him for that wild turkey bourbon. Thus, Austin Nicholas began to bottle wild turkey in 1942. Now, for the next 3 decades, he remained a non-distiller producer, so he was bottling the bourbon he bought under the open market under the Wild Turkey brand. And much of this whiskey did come from the Old Hickory Distillery, which by this time had been renamed the Boulevard Distillery, which he then purchased in 1971 and changed the name to Wild Turkey Distillery. And then in 1980, he sold the distillery in the Wild Turkey brand to Renaud Ricard. And then in 9th of May 2000, a fire destroyed a 7-story aging warehouse at the company in Anderson County. It contained more than 17,000 wooden barrels of whiskey. Burning whiskey flowed from the warehouse, setting the woods on fire, causing limestone deposits to explode. Ooh. Firefighters saved the water treatment plant from destruction. However, estimated 20% of the whiskey flowed into the Kentucky River. The river contamination required for the temporary shutdown of the water treatment plant. Business and schools were closed because of the water shortage. The alcohol also depleted oxygen in the river, killing an estimated 228,000 fish along a 66-mile stretch. What's that? 3/4. I can't work all the working out. Yeah, so then in 2009, the Campari Group acquired the distillery in the Wild Turkey brand. And then in 2011, the Wild Turkey began to be distilled in a newly constructed facility near the old distillery. The new distillery sits where the old bottling facility was previously located. In 2013, Campari opened a new bottling facility at the Wild Turkey Distillery. For the previous 13 years, Wild Turkey has been bottled off-site in Indiana and later Arkansas. In addition to Wild Turkey products, Campari Sky Vodka is also bottled there after being shipped from Illinois' distillery. Now, Wild Turkey is a brand of Kentucky straight bourbon that is part of the American Whiskey Trail and the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Right, so let's give it a go. Since I'm not really doing a tasting of a single malt, I'm not overly concerned about using my Glencairn glass, so I'm going to use the tumbler that Jess got me for Christmas. I've already added some ice, a bit of water in there now. Sorry, it's like 34 degrees here. It is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, let's give it a go. Now, it's been a long time since I had a whiskey mixer. There's definitely a spice to it. Yeah, not bad. I really should get a bottle of should have got a bottle of wild turkey to compare it straight, but yeah, that's not bad. A nice iced one of these on a day like today is just what I needed. Okay, so can't really go on much of the tasting notes, unfortunately, and this is why I do not mix my single malts. A lot of the flavours of the whiskey are lost to the Coke. This is more Coke than whiskey, really. But, you know, I like Coke, so it's all good. No, it definitely has a spice to it. I can just taste the whiskey there. Yeah. You're looking for something to enjoy on a hot summer's day like today? Wild turkey. Extra aged, spiced vanilla cola. Okay, so hopefully next week I'll be transmitting from Queensland. So in the meantime, Santé.